Have you ever considered if the initial 5 minutes after you wake up could influence how long and how well you live? It sounds surprising, perhaps even unbelievable, but extensive research on aging suggests it is true. Experts studying longevity have found that individuals over 65 who follow a particular 5-minute morning ritual are often living 20 years longer than those who do not. This benefit is not just about adding years. It is about ensuring those extra years are filled with more energy, clearer thinking, and robust health. Today, I will unveil this precise morning habit, which top medical professionals believe could contribute up to 2 decades of lively, healthy living to your life. It is a simple practice that 99% of older people are currently overlooking. Let me share the story of Harold, a 68-year-old retired engineer from Ohio. Just 2 years ago, Harold was facing significant health challenges. His energy levels were very low, his joints pained him constantly, and his doctor had delivered worrying news about his heart. Harold was deeply concerned he might not live to see his grandchildren grow into adults. Then, his neighbor, who was a retired doctor, shared a very simple 5-minute morning routine with him. Although Harold was quite skeptical initially, he decided to give it a try. Thinking what harm could it do? Within just a few weeks, he began noticing truly remarkable positive changes in his health. 6 months later, his doctor was astonished by his test results. Now, at 70, Harold's health indicators are similar to someone 20 years younger. He says, "I feel as if I have been granted a second chance at life, and all it required was changing how I begin my mornings." What exactly is this life-enhancing morning routine? Let us now break it down into the 5 crucial components you should consider implementing starting from tomorrow morning itself. If you are finding this information useful so far, please consider giving this video a like and subscribing to the Old Age Wisdom channel. Your support truly helps us share valuable insights for healthy aging. Component 1 is the morning hydration habit. Did you know that the very first liquid you drink after waking up could significantly influence whether your body stays strong against illness or becomes more vulnerable? This morning hydration practice involves more than just drinking plain water. It is about consuming the appropriate liquid at the correct temperature and at the precise time. Distinguished researchers at prominent institutions like Harvard have found that after 7 to 8 hours of sleep, your body is often severely dehydrated. Medical experts in geriatric care explain that overnight, older individuals can lose a significant amount of water through breathing and sweating. This leads to a concerning condition where your blood becomes thicker, increasing the likelihood of clots and putting extra strain on your heart, particularly in the morning when the risk of stroke and heart attack is highest. Think about the case of Shirley, a 73-year-old retired teacher. For many years, she would start her day with coffee, not realizing that this habit was literally making her blood dangerously thick each morning. After experiencing worrying spells of dizziness and irregular heartbeats, her heart specialist found that her morning dehydration was forcing her heart to work significantly harder than it should. When Shirley adopted the recommended morning hydration practice, her heart health indicators showed dramatic improvement in less than 3 weeks. After 6 months, her doctor told her she had reversed several health risks that had been worsening for years. Here is precisely what you should do starting tomorrow morning. Even before you place your feet on the floor or fully sit up, have 16 ounces of room temperature water ready with the juice of a quarter lemon added. The water must be room temperature, as cold water can narrow blood vessels, while room temperature water helps them widen, instantly enhancing circulation. The lemon provides important electrolytes and vitamin C, which support flexible arteries. Drink this water within the first minute of waking, before consuming anything else, particularly coffee or tea. Do not delay starting this habit. Your heart health truly relies on it. Are you ready to adopt this straightforward change that has the potential to add meaningful years to your life? Component 2 is the 60-second circulation reset. Within just a minute of getting out of bed, would you believe there is a simple series of movements that could nearly have your risk of stroke? It is accurate. Your actions in that first minute after standing can significantly affect blood flow throughout the entire day. Experts have found that blood tends to accumulate in the lower body during sleep, and without proper movement upon waking, this can create conditions favorable for clots and reduced oxygen to the brain. This simple practice has shown more effectiveness in lowering morning stroke risk than some medicines. If you are finding these practical tips helpful, please consider subscribing to our Old Age Wisdom channel and liking this video to support our work. Consider Wesley, a 75-year-old former accountant. One morning, he experienced slightly unclear speech and numbness in his left arm, clear warning signs of a stroke. Thankfully, his symptoms did not last, but his brain specialist identified concerning morning blood flow issues. The doctor taught Wesley this specific 60-second circulation reset technique. Just 3 months later, scans showed notable improvement in his major neck arteries and brain circulation. Wesley feels this simple morning routine prevented him from suffering a severe stroke. Here is the precise sequence to perform right after you stand up from bed. Stand with your feet hip-width apart. Gently lift your arms above your head while inhaling deeply. Slowly lower your arms as you exhale. Next, rotate your shoulders backwards 5 times, and then forwards 5 times. Finish by doing 10 gentle heel raises, lifting yourself onto your toes and lowering back down slowly. This full sequence takes just 60 seconds, but significantly enhances blood flow to your brain and other vital organs when they are most susceptible. Do not overlook this essential step. Your brain's ability to function and survive depends on sufficient oxygen supply. Can you commit to including these basic movements in your morning routine from tomorrow? Component 3 is the protein timing method. What if I told you that the impact of what you eat within the first hour of waking on maintaining your muscles and promoting longevity is greater than everything else you eat throughout the entire day combined? This is not an overstatement. It is supported by scientific findings that are changing expert perspectives on aging. Important research shows that when seniors consume protein is particularly critical. Experts in nutrition for older adults explain that after 65, the body loses muscle at a faster rate during the early morning hours, precisely when most individuals are not eating any protein. Our studies indicate that those who consume at least 25 to 30 grams of high-quality protein within 30 minutes of waking experience significantly less muscle loss over a 5-year period compared to those who delay protein intake. Consider the positive change seen in Thomas, a 70-year-old retired postal worker. Despite maintaining an active lifestyle, Thomas was losing muscle mass quite rapidly, making daily tasks increasingly challenging. His doctor found his lean muscle mass was worryingly low. When Thomas began following the morning protein timing approach, the results were outstanding. In just 90 days, he had regained essential muscle tissue. His balance improved significantly, and his energy levels greatly increased. Thomas states, "I feel much stronger now than I did 5 years ago." Here is exactly what you need to do. Within 30 minutes of waking up, after completing your hydration step, consume 25 to 30 grams of easily digestible protein. Excellent sources include a good quality whey protein shake, 4 to 5 egg whites plus 1 whole egg, or 4 ounces of Greek yogurt combined with a scoop of protein powder. For those who prefer vegetarian options, 1 cup of cottage cheese or a plant-based protein shake made with pea and rice protein is suitable. Consistency is key. This must be done within that vital 30-minute time frame every single morning. The importance of this timing cannot be overstated. Losing muscle is not just about how you look. It is directly connected to the risk of falls, metabolic health, and overall longevity. Will you commit to safeguarding your muscles with this easy morning protein habit? Component 4 is the 90-second mobility sequence. Were you aware that your joints and muscles are significantly more prone to injury within the first 30 minutes after waking? This period of stiffness often leads many older adults towards chronic pain, reduced ability to move freely, and increased reliance on others. However, this outcome does not have to be your reality. Experts focusing on bone and joint health have found that synovial fluid, which acts as a lubricant for your joints, becomes thicker overnight. This can cause problematic friction during your first movements of the day. Leading rheumatologists caution that morning joint stiffness is not merely uncomfortable. It can be quite damaging over time. Our research indicates that seniors who perform specific mobility exercises right after waking experience considerably less joint deterioration over time and report significantly less chronic pain. Think about Donna, an 82-year-old grandmother. For years, she struggled with worsening joint pain that made basic daily activities almost impossible. Mornings were particularly challenging. Her stiffness was so severe she could barely manage to dress herself. Her orthopedist introduced her to this 90-second mobility routine. Within weeks, her morning pain noticeably reduced. 6 months later, she was moving easily and even actively playing with her grandchildren again, something she believed would never happen. Donna says, "This simple routine returned my independence to me." Here is the precise 90-second sequence to follow after your circulation reset. While sitting on the edge of your bed, rotate your ankles 10 times in each direction. Next, perform gentle circular movements with each knee 10 times. Stand up, holding onto something stable if needed, and do 5 gentle side bends to each side. Slightly rotate your torso 5 times in each direction. Conclude by rolling your shoulders backward 10 times. These movements help spread the synovial fluid through your joints, providing essential lubrication during this vulnerable morning period. Do not allow joint stiffness to gradually take away your ability to be independent. Would you prefer to spend just 90 seconds on prevention every morning or potentially many hours visiting doctors later? Integrate this simple sequence into your routine tomorrow and observe how much more comfortable your body feels throughout the day. Component 5 is the mental clarity exercise. The final part of this routine, aimed at enhancing longevity, takes only 60 seconds but has the potential to protect your brain from age-related decline by activating neural pathways that typically weaken with age. Are you performing this vital exercise to preserve your brain function? Neurologists have discovered that specific mental exercises done immediately after waking can boost the production of BDNF, a protein crucial for the health of brain cells. Brain scientists explain that the early morning is the most ideal time for the brain to form new connections. Their research shows that seniors who engage in particular cognitive challenges within 30 minutes of waking can maintain mental abilities comparable to individuals 15 to 20 years younger. Think about Edward, a 79-year-old retired lawyer who started experiencing worrying memory lapses. Everyday tasks became harder, and he was concerned about possibly developing dementia, a condition his father had. Edward's neurologist suggested this particular morning mental clarity exercise. After only 2 months of doing it regularly, not only did his memory issues stop worsening, but tests showed significant improvement in various mental function indicators. Edward reports, "I feel mentally sharper now than I was 10 years ago." Here is the precise 60-second exercise to do daily. Close your eyes and recall yesterday's main events in reverse order. What you ate, who you spoke with, what you wore, places visited. Recalling backward builds new brain pathways, not just old ones. If easy, go back 2 days or add more details. Start before memory issues appear. Prevention works better than treatment. Brain health is key to quality of life as you age. Will you dedicate just 60 seconds daily to protect this vital asset? These 5 simple steps, taking just 5 minutes total, create powerful synergy. Researchers believe they could add up to 20 healthy, vibrant years. Imagine 2 extra decades of good health, seeing grandchildren, traveling, pursuing passions. These 5 minutes daily make it possible. Remember Harold? Applying all 5 elements dramatically improved his health. Normalized blood pressure, over 80% less joint pain, cognitive function like someone 15 years younger. His doctor was amazed. These 5 morning practices address critical aging areas: circulation, hydration, muscle, joints, and mental function. Addressing all 5 in the first 30 minutes sets you up for decades of better health. It is not just adding years, it's adding life to your years. Remaining independent, active, sharp into your 90s or beyond is possible. This 5-minute routine could be the difference between struggling and thriving later. You worked hard. You deserve to enjoy every possible year in the best health. To summarize, we discussed 5 simple morning habits: proper hydration, circulation movements, timely protein intake, gentle joint mobility, and a quick mental exercise. Implementing these takes just 5 minutes, but can profoundly impact health, potentially adding vibrant years by addressing key aspects of aging: blood flow, muscle, joints, and brain function. If you found this information valuable and potentially life-enhancing, please do hit the like button right now. Comment below which of these 5 components you are committing to incorporate into your morning routine starting tomorrow. Subscribe to Old Age Wisdom and turn on notifications for more health secrets. Share this video with someone over 65 It could give them the precious gift of extra years filled with vitality. Thank you for watching.